What's up, guys? This is William from Negroranomy, and today we're going to be talking about Kevin Samuels' 1099 girlfriend. Now, this idea popped into my head because I just finished doing my taxes for the year, and I submitted it. And I remember the accountant was asking me about one of the girlfriends that was with a long time ago, and they were doing taxes with her, and she said, "I haven't seen your girlfriend. She didn't do her taxes. You guys still going out or something like that?" And I said, "Oh no, I haven't been out with her for a couple of years." He's like, "Yeah, she hasn't done her taxes lately." Uh, so I said, "Well, maybe she probably went somewhere else." I said, "Okay." So we got into that conversation about dating, and I said that this is guy online. His name is Kevin Samuels. Do you know who she is? And she said, "No, I don't know who he is." He's on here talking about this dating scene needs to be tilted more into the favor of men, and he's talking about 1099 girlfriends, and I didn't know that much about what 1099 is. So I told him, he said 1099 girlfriend, and he said, well, maybe he's referring to 1099 contractors. So instead of a W-2, some people will work for you as a contractor, and do various things for you, small one items, stuff like that, one temporary work, administrative work, housekeeping, caregiving, childcare, maybe these type of people that are doing temporary work for you. You can give them a 1099 so you can write them off on your taxes. Now, how did this come in with a 1099 girlfriend? You know, when you're all going out on a date with a lot of these women, a lot of these women be out here asking for a lot, especially with African Americans. You know, they'll be always asking for money here, borrowing money there, asking for sandal weaves, hair nails, clothing, money to do this, money to do that. You know, it's various things. You know how it is with dating. So Kevin Samuels is saying, man, if these ladies are all asking for all this money, all for this, then give them jobs for them to earn that money. Y'all need to stop simping and just freely giving the money. Y'all need to make these women earn their money. And this is where it comes in with the 1099 girlfriend. So I asked the accountant, how would I go about something like this? He's like, wow, this is kind of unusual. This I've never had this type of question before. He said it's kind of abstract, but there are some guidelines with it. So it's like contractors, so they're actually doing work for you. So they actually have that legitimate jobs like housekeeping, like cleaning up the house if you have a condo building, cleaning up the house, and also real administrative work at your office. Like if you have a busy job and you can delegate some administrative job to your girlfriend to do. That's another type of job that she can do, and also caregiving, taking care of your children. If you need to go somewhere that's very important, you can hire her as a caregiver to watch your children. So there's a lot of different things, even personal assistant, consultations, giving you information on how to improve your business. All of this, if you can prove that it has to do with your business, then you can have a 1099 girlfriend. Because a lot of these women be asking you for money. You gotta find ways for them to earn it. So then at the end of the year, you can write that off your income. Because a lot of times y'all just giving the money to these women and you're not getting no returns or very little return. A lot of times these women are out here with these free dates. They'll have a free date for every guy of the week. Every day of the week they're out on a different date. So guys, we also need to find out ways to tilt the favor. And Kevin Samuels is saying that we need to do something called a 1099 girlfriend. Now, I was asking the accountant, and the accountant was saying this is for New York State that $12,000 a month is what you can put on that on your 1099 contractor, and I think she said around 12,000. If it's below 12,000 for the year, then she doesn't really have to pay so much in taxes, but she still does a tax return. So what you would do is at the end of the year, you would go to the accountant, you give your girlfriend a 1099 of the various work that she's done, and she, you know, goes ahead and give that information to her accountant. Or, if you're paying for the accountant to do it, then you just paid. You can write that off, that expense too. And if you want the girlfriend to understand what a 1099 is, you can also book in a time with the accountant, and you can also write that off too. So plenty of things you can write off. So 1099 girlfriend, and $12,000 is the budget. So if you're spending $1,000, $500 to $1,000 on your girlfriend every month, make her earn it. Don't just be giving these ladies $1,000 to buy sandal weaves. When she buys those sandal weaves and clothing, clothing could be considered uniform, as part of the job, that she has to purchase clothing for uniform. So if she want to buy a business blazer and stuff like that, make her work for it. So if she's asking for $500 to $1,000, guys, a month, almost $12,000 per year, then put that girl on 1099. Make sure she does some work for asking for a couple $100s a month. Make sure she goes and do some gardening in the back for your house. Let's go ahead and listen to the Godfather himself explain 1099 girlfriends.
What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, man? Nieces and nephews, kinfolks and cousins. It's chilly out here in the A. It's chilly out here in the A. I don't know how many of you guys watched this week, which was Men's Week, and it was a good week. Content. Talk to men about starting strong, making a decision, and when you start winning. But one of the conversations I wanted to kind of build on is, I said it, that marriage today is increasingly become for guys who have money. Women may want to dispute that in theory, but in practice, men know it to be true. So what are you going to do if you don't?
And that's a good point by Kevin Samuels, that marriage now is really a business contract, guys. Love comes later, much later, maybe 5-10 years into the relationship. But the first couple of years, marriage is a business contract, and there's a lot of benefits that comes with marriages, especially for men, reduced car insurance, a lot of rates go down for health insurance, and there's a lot of benefits. So, and also there's benefit for women with marriage. They know that the government has backing, has laws to protect these women, that if they do get a divorce, they get child support, they get alimony, they get asset division. So it's all business, guys. Marriage, falling in love, that's probably 10% of what's going on. You'll find out on the back end that marriage, 90% of it is business. And y'all need to realize it, because the government realizes that it's all about business. Why are you guys trying to be the last ones to know? That's why y'all need to start off thinking that it's a business and making the contracts before you enter into the business with a prenup. You guys should be starting off before you even get to the marriage. You need to set out the terms and the regulation that you want, starting off with a prenup before you even get married. So then you got the ball in your court.
Want to get married, and you don't want to be out here messing up in the dating game, breaking hearts, leaving behind bad karma, as it were. See, you ladies, a lot of women don't give a shit about the karma they leave behind. Some of you women date like savages. You're cold-hearted, calculated, and now that men are hip, y'all are complaining about getting ghosted and this and that. And how do you solve this problem? I have a modest suggestion. 1099 relationships. 1099. What is a 1099? Well, if you've had a job before and you got hired on directly, you were a W-2 employee. That means the company you work for had to have insurance on you to some degree, file your taxes and all that other kind of stuff. So they had the responsibility of not only employing you, but maintaining you. You got paid less money as a W-2 employee. But if you're a 1099 contractor, you get paid more money. I am going to pioneer not a sugar baby, but 1099 girlfriends. 1099. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12-month contracts. Anybody looking at me, it's like having a virtual assistant instead of somebody in office. It's the best of both worlds. What grown folks decide to do with each other, but you get a 1099. Now see, men, it doesn't work the other way around where ladies get 1099 boyfriends. They make less and women ain't gonna pay. You really want to know if a woman really deals.
And that's the good thing about the 1099, that you guys have a contract. So the guy and the girl has a contract. So in that contract, you can have a non-disclosure agreement. Like after the contract is over, that girl can't talk about you to other guys in disparaging ways or any other crazy ways. So she can make up all these false allegations and all that type of stuff after she leaves, because you have a non-disclosure agreement. And even while you're dating, you have a job description. So if you're going out with the girl, you know, when you go for some of these jobs, they tell you what to wear, how to talk at work, come on time, come prepared, come in uniform, come with cleanliness. All of that, you could put that in your contract with this girl. So when you're picking up this girl, you can put on there that when you pick her up, you gotta be on time. You can't be an hour, 2 hours late, making you wait downstairs for you to pick her up. No, this is a 1099 contract, so you better be ready. And if after 50 minutes you're not ready, you start deducting from her pay because you're about to go and do some business. So you can do that, and now that really corrects these people's behavior, the way they approach you. And even when you go out on a date, you have in your job description that there's no swearing, there'll be no slapping, there'll be no hitting, there'll be no disparaging remarks. You put that all in the contract. So when you go out, she can't act the fool. Because the day she acts the fool, you tell her the contract's over, you can go your way, and she can't ask for nothing else. You probably don't even have to pay her, boom, because she breached her contract, and you let her go her own way. So that's why it's good to have this 1099 girlfriend contract, because you get to control their behavior just like the workplace. You can't come in late. You gotta come in style, in uniform, with cleanliness, with a clear mind, and you can't come in drunk. So it's the same type of principle. She's gotta be like a professional. That's why I think it's a good idea for 1099 girlfriends for a lot of you simps out here that are out here tricking on these women. At least you know that they can act the fool in public. Because some of these women are crazy and they'll act the fool. And once they act the fool, just tell them that you breached the contract, she can go her own way, and you leave her alone.
With you. You really want to know if a woman really cares about you? When did she spend any money on you? If a woman don't really spend any money on you, you need to be concerned, especially if she spends money on herself. There are some women who think that it's supposed to go one way.
That is true.
A man is supposed to approach, do this, do that, da, 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 da. And see, in the 1099 world, that's cool. Why is this such a good idea? A 1099, in order to bring somebody on to work for you, you got to have a budget for it. Let's say you need some administrative help in your office or some admin work. You got to have a budget set aside. Let's say you got $35,000 set aside to hire an assistant. Well, that's roughly $3,000 a month. And that's over a 12-month period. And if 40 hours a week, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is you take whatever you got to spend in dating and break it up into chunks, 3-month chunks, 6-month chunks. Look, man, I ain't got but $10,000 to dedicate towards women.
Well, he said $10,000 in his illustration. Let's use $12,000 as an illustration. So $1,000 per month, guys.
We gotta be real. I'm not talking about young guys. I'm not talking about college students. I'm talking about men with jobs. dating cost. A woman is a pure expense. The only way you get a return on investment that a lot of guys want to talk about is after a woman is your wife.
That is so true. O'Shea Duke Jackson always repeats this in his videos that what you put into the woman is not necessarily what you get out. So a lot of times it's the guys that lose out in the dating scene because they have to spend money to pick up the girl. They have to spend the money when they go out on the date. They're expected to pay 100%. A lot of these women, they get upset when you ask them 50-50. And some of them even get upset. They'll be offended if the woman pays for the whole meal. So that's the situation with us guys in the dating scene, that we're always have to put our foot forward and pay all the expenses. So why not get a credit where it is due? If you can get a credit for where it's due, then why not get expense? And Kevin Samuels is trying to teach us some of the games that a lot of these rich men are playing with these sugar babies and these personal assistants, these personal companions. This is the type of game that rich people are playing. But even us average value men who are not high value men, even we can do a little bit. Even with 12,000 a year, you can at least get something written out, which is some good money right there. Maybe if you get 1,000 taking off your tax, that's great. So it's not only rich man's game. This can also work for the average value man.
But dating is a relationship. There's dating and a relationship. So 1099. It's that's what it's always. Sugar baby, this or that. 1099 girlfriend. You got somebody to go with you to dinner, movies, whatever you want to do. Travel, trips, hang out, kick it. 1099. Write up a job description for your 10.
Actually, the accountant told me you can't write off vacation trips. You can't write off vacation trips with your 1099 girlfriend. But what you can do is, suppose she needs a car and she's being your chauffeur, then you can do that, write that off, expenses there as being a chauffeur to you. Yeah, so she said not vacations. So you can't write off vacation trips because that's all pleasure. Unless you have to travel with your companion to a business meeting for, I guess, for your business, an important business, and she has to be present, then yes, you can finagle your way there. But remember, guys, we're trying to keep under 12,000 for the year. So like 1 or 2 trips, you're already gonna be halfway there. So let's try and budget ourselves here. 12,000 for the year.
99 girlfriend, and yeah. See, I'm not gonna talk about intimacy because then that turns it into prostitution, and people start trying to virtue signal and high side and cap and all other kind of stuff. I don't want to hear nothing about that in the comment section. What 2 grown adults decide to do with each other is their business. And here's the beautiful thing. Let's say you're a man and you're 45 years old and you're dealing with a 25-year-old woman. You got on a 6-month contract, 6 months, and 6 months, $3,000 a month. It's $18,000. At the end of the 6 months, she knows she got 6 months, and when 6 months is up, assignment over, contract over. No hard feelings. No social media stalking. No broken hearts. No lies. None of that. Just get on. If she want to extend, the contract. If there's no work for her to do.
See, they're right there. If she wants to extend the contract, if it depends on the guy. If she wants to extend the contract, depending on her past work history, how has she performed in that 1 year? If you didn't like how she performed that 1 year, she can send her on her way. But if she wants to continue with you, then there's an incentive of her to be in her best behavior when she's around you, because she's going to treat you like a business. Not going to treat you as some scrub, some guy around the block. She's going to treat you as business because she knows that when the contract is over and she wants to continue with you, being an average value man or even a high value man, that she's going to have to act right to renew her 1 year contract, 3 month contract, 6 month contract.
It's a plausible situation. Ladies, you want to earn a little extra money? Become a 1099 girlfriend. Hit me if you want to. Hit me if you want to. Become a 1099 girlfriend. Do you realize in some parts of Asia, men are paying women for the girlfriend experience, for hugs and carrying on? But here's the thing, gentlemen, there are a lot of women who would like to take your money and be your 1099 girlfriend. Now, partner, make sure you get your value. And see, the beautiful thing is, if she's a 1099 employee, she got to show up on time. She got to treat you just like she treat that damn job. They don't go to their job talking shit. They show up on time. They give their all. Yeah. And if she's not treating you like she treat that job, you fire her ass. And you write it up. Can you imagine if dudes start dating women? I had a 1099 girlfriend.
Check that out. If guys started doing this with all the girlfriends that they had, they would have like a work history, and you can share that information with other guys so you know how this lady is. And if guys start acting this way, treating it like a business, because you know the government is treating it all as a business. If we start treating it like a business, like the government is treating it like a business, the behavior would suddenly change. Right? So Kevin Samuels has a point there. Make them change the outlook on dating and relationships.
And, she was acting, she had a regular job, and then she started coming in, so she was showing up late, not returning calls, not returning texts, You give her a performance review and an evaluation. Now, I'm going 1099 girlfriend. Who want to help me start the app? 1099 girlfriends. 1099. Oh, yeah. You ain't got nothing else.
Oh, man. A performance review. Kevin Samuels, you ain't right. A performance review. Maybe the first day you do an in-service on what you're expecting, and maybe you get other 1099 girlfriends to orientate the new 1099 girlfriend that you have on the scene, how the way you like to be treated, how you want your food to be cut, how you want to be driven, how you want your clothing to be pressed and ironed, how the straightest stuff, like how you put your paperwork together. You can get other 1099 girlfriends to orientate the new 1099 girlfriend. Just in case you start acting crazy, you can get another one to orientate. Man, Kevin Samuels, this is brilliant.
What's to do? You ain't got no man. Later.
What? Oh, man. So what do y'all think, guys? What do y'all think about this 1099 girlfriend? Is this something we should go ahead and get started on this? Maybe we should go ahead and get started with this 1099 girlfriend. Anyways, guys, leave your comments down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That's all I'm going to say about this video. Bye-bye.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.